Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte. Standing by, our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
The Panthers kicker, Graham Gano, set and ready to go as we are off from Charlotte. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
And they said he would be a gym rat coming out of Boston College, and nothing has changed.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the run.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Gets it off to Freeman. Only a couple for him there in the game's first play, and it's second down. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the shotgun, Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Back deep for the Panthers, DJ Moore. That's taken on the 25. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Many people thought Keanu Neal was overdrafted by Atlanta, but they saw his talents and knew that he would fit their scheme perfectly. A hybrid player, can play deep in the secondary as a safety, can drop down into the box and also make a lot of tackles, and at times can stay on the field and serve a linebacker role as well.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Now Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And that will be incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Justin Hardy deep for Atlanta. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Charles, as the Falcons come back out here on offense, you got to help me process their 2019 season. One thing for sure, fair to say that they were a second-half team, as in second half of the season, because this club started 1-7, 6-game losing streak, weeks 3 through 8. The talk about Dan Quinn maybe being let go, and maybe it was a team that needed to bottom out and get a high draft pick. But then a funny thing happened. They started to win.
Yeah, maybe I should get a cardigan, get a pipe, sit down and listen to you talk your way through this team, because it's a lot to process, isn't it? But one thing about Dan Quinn as their head coach, relentlessly positive. Never let go of that. The team stayed with him. Many people thought maybe he might have lost the team. He never did. And they had that big finish, 6-2, one of the best marks in football, including beating New Orleans on the road, beating San Francisco on the road. So when you look at it, ownership said, hey, this team likes playing for this coach. Let's give it one more shot. Now he'll have to retool his staff a little bit again. The bottom line is that team believed in their head coach. Head coach believed in his team. They've got a chance in 2020 to get back in the the NFC South race.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
Ready, blue 80, blue 80. 54. Man, I got you.
Now Ryan on first down. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They run. Devontae Freeman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Ready, blue 80, back 25. Right, 54. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the run. Ready to go.
On first down, Ryan. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Ryan now off the bootleg. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. 4th down, and out comes the Falcon kicker, Giorgio Tavecchio. The kick by Tavecchio is good, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Well, Carolina trots back out here, Charles, thinking about their season. November 3rd, they won in Tennessee. That moved them to 5-3. And then they did not win a game the rest of the year. 8 straight losses to finish up last place in the NFC South, and now a new sheriff in town with Ron Rivera out.
Yeah, now you've got Matt Rule coming in from Baylor, highly regarded as a college coach, as a builder. Because you have to remember, when Matt Rule took his first job at Temple, they were not very good. Rough first year, better second year, third year, big payoff. Goes to Baylor. After some scandal and some controversy there, he takes over another program, way down, wins 1 game his first year. This past season, played Oklahoma late in the year in the Big 12 title game for the right to go to the college football playoffs. So this guy knows how to build a program, and he has NFL experience, was an offensive line coach with the Giants. And all you're hearing in these days since he's been announced as the head coach, former Giants talk about the impact he had on that team in 1 season. So this is going to be an interesting deal for him going to Carolina. Can he get Cam Newton back healthy and get their offense kick-started again? Because Christian McCaffrey, he's awfully good.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the gun, here's Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
59, ready, back 25. We got to get the ball, D, get the ball right here. Let's go. Ready, set.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Now it's Ryan. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 48 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And on the handoff, it's Freeman. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
You better be afraid of me.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. K1 short. Drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, maybe it's like my wedge. When you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. It was Jack Crawford who brought him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The shotgun snap for Newton. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Out of the gun, Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. They create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Get out.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Sanu. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That's it. That's it. Big hit.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, it's Freeman, and down he goes just beyond the 35, and that pretty move got him some extra space to run.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Caught by Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
While sometimes it doesn't appear like much, the out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn into a big play. The reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Freeman. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Fourth down, and the Falcons will bring on Giorgio Tavecchio to try the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Tavecchio puts this one through, and that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good. Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Under 10, 10.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. That's the end of the first.
6-0 our score after 1.
Panthers nothing.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Hey, here we go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Got his target, Samuel. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down.
Let's go. Right to the 3. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Play action. It's Newton. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
From the gun, Newton. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
What do you need? Switch.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey.
You can't block me.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a 1st down here. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Newton now to throw. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
They come out here in the eye. Now the Panthers get set, 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to account for Cam Newton on this play.
They'll run with Scarlett. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And he'll bang that one through. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now it's Freeman. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Ryan now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Ryan. Caught by Sanu. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Falcons have retaken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. That time a 6-play drive, and the Falcons score to cap it off. After the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Newton on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Here's Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Newton. And that is incomplete.
Newton's pass intended for Torrey Smith. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that is how you do it, my friends. This will be spotted out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They've been able to move the ball well in the air, and certainly a big reason why those receiving corps have been excellent.
There's no doubt about it, partner. And let's face it, when they get away from defenders, those guys are quick. And when they go over the top of people and use their bodies, they're just thick. But let's face it, what we're seeing right now are catches that are simply sick.
Well, you brought your A game. You're fired up over those catches, aren't you?
Can't help it. Even as a former defensive back, I've got to tip my cap to these guys. They are balling.
I appreciate that.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On 2nd down, Freeman. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
The Falcons on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Freeman. I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, you just said it, Charles. They had to be very hesitant thinking about throwing the football. That's why, safety.
Foul that one under. Worst fears realized.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Automatic first down.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, right at the 30. From the gun, Newton. He gets it to Thomas. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Open man is Samuel, complete. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, and the Falcons grab it past the 20. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And gets a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. McCaffrey. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit, and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton, and they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Newton now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Now Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Thomas has got it, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
This is McCaffrey. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Watch the slip, watch the slip.
On 2nd and 2, Newton, and his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. 3rd and 2, Newton. He can run for it, and he will. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Right at 8. 45. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Newton on first down. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. From 13 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Gano for the extra point. And the lead is down to 4. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Ryan, that's complete to his tight end, Paulson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Ryan. He's going to this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Ryan's throw caught by Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
I really don't think that Julio Jones could be happier right now. Plenty of catch opportunities in this game. He's converted them, and his team's winning.
And Matt Ryan's happy, too, to have Julio Jones on the other side of these.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times we talk about breaking teams down, and oftentimes just through a running game. These two, they can break a team down through the air.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now first and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Throwing again, Ryan. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Falcons push further out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Tavecchio to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, the little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Newton over the middle, complete to Samuel. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now a first down throw for Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
To throw again on second down. Newton. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing third and long. Out of the gun, Newton. Got his target, Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina! Curtis Samuel as the first half is winding down as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 4. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Coming this way, here we go, here we go.
Final play of the half, it's Ryan. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
On for the field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
The kick by Tavecchio is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. $12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Black 25! Here we go.
On third down, Ryan. This is brought in by Hardy. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 9, Ryan, and finding the tight end Hooper. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. To throw is Ryan. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 23.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan, and a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. K1 short, able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A 20th carry now for Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control. And yet, that, they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the two-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 18. It's a Carolina 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Watch it.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And when these two are clicking, Ryan and Jones, and we've seen multiple hookups here in this one, usually their offense is clicking, and that's why they're winning.
Yeah, they tend to follow what those two do. They set the tone for either a good day or maybe a tougher day. And right now, we're seeing an excellent game because those two are finding each other. Doesn't matter where on the field, they're making plays.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Freeman. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Mike's ready. Back 25. Got to lose one. Tight end right. Tight end right.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now onto the field, here come the Panthers. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now it's Newton. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good, And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because you know the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Ryan. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
Yeah, that, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Ryan. Looking in zone for Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Dante Jackson.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Check. Watch 54. Stop your whining. Ready to go.
Ryan leaves with Freeman on the draw. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
From the gun on third down, Ryan. He's got Sanu. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Ready, 280. 54, right, 54. Go. Ready, set.
On first down, Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Throwing again, Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. To throw again is Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This to make it a 3-score game late. Tavecchio puts this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A shotgun snap for Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Freeman again. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Giorgio Tavecchio now for the Falcon field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Ready? Mike 59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 1st down, it's Newton. Airing it out for Olsen. And this is taken in at the 5. A big pickup of 38. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Newton. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
And man, Charles, talk about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Gano the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Ready, back 25.
Check, block 54, block 54. Come on.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. From the gun, here's Newton. He'll buy some time right. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Deion Jones able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Here's Newton. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A gain there of 21 yards.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Now Newton on 1st down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Panthers have the 1st. It's a gain of 12.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Tackle made by the 2nd-round pick, Isaiah Oliver.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton, he's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Newton now to throw. And he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
I'm coming after you.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. And it's complete, right back in the hands of Smith. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Switch.
They snap it to Newton. He may try and run for this. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a 1st. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Here's Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Newton. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Olsen. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Touchdown, Panthers.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Ready, 280. 54. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
They'll run on first down. Freeman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
going to give it to Freeman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Charlotte, good night, everybody.